Bryon Powell of iRunFar here with Helen Cospolich, North Face runner and 2008 Leadville 100 champ, Collegiate Peaks record holder, I believe. Yeah. When did you come over to France?
Came a couple days ago on Monday, and I feel good today, but it took a little while to get over the jet lag, so I'm glad I came that early. I was kind of dreading getting here so early because I don't like to kill time before races because I just start to get nervous, but I'm glad I'm here.
You're glad you're here?
Yeah.
And it's your first time here?
First time here.
Mont Blanc.
Yeah, I'm actually really excited about this course. Last year when I did Hard Rock, I was pretty nervous about that course, and then, you know, having gotten through that and felt okay, I feel like my training is so much more in tune with what this kind of race is this year now that I kind of know what to expect from that. Even though
it's interesting, yeah, it's being prepared for knowing what it feels like to run 100 miles on a 30,000 plus foot vertical gain and loss course.
Absolutely, and I think last year I just had no idea what it was going to be like. And
so what was it like?
It was a lot of vertical, and I really should have done probably more downhill running than I did. I'm a strong climber, and that's always been what I've done well, like Pikes Peak and whatnot. I just never really think to focus on the downhill running, and that's what hurt me in Hard Rock. About mile 70, my quads were so trash I couldn't run the downhill, so it was kind of frustrating. So this year I've really focused on the vertical ups and the vertical downs, and that's what I've been training.
So every day, or how many days a week do you really go for some? I mean, you're in Breckenridge.
The vertical,
so.
yeah, I can do vertical almost every day, but I don't. I typically do probably 2 big vertical runs a week, and then the rest I'm doing hill repeats and some speed sessions with my friends who are marathoners.
So you do mix. You're not just an old trail ultra runner who just hits the trail for as many miles as you can or hours in a day.
No, you know, I used to do that, and I don't think it's super effective for speed. And you know, especially for a course like this, you really need to train the terrain that you're going to be running on, and I think I'm really lucky in that I can go out my back door and go straight up and down mountains.
Yeah.
Granted, it's higher elevation than here, so I'm wondering how that's going to play a part in how it feels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It can't hurt, that's for sure.
I hope not, other than the leg speed.
Well, fortunately in a 100-mile race, that's not quite the issue. Are you going to use trekking poles?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes. Okay.
I have a pair I've been training with all summer, and I paced my friend Rock Horton at Hard Rock for quite a few miles, and I use those there just kind of as a test case because it's one thing in training and it's another thing in a race setting. And I felt great with them at Hard Rock, and I wished I had used them last year at Hard Rock, but I didn't know at the time that people even did that. You know, it wasn't even something on my mind.
Are you using the Black Diamond Z-Poles Ultra?
Rock got me those, so that was a really
coming out
good
next
gift.
spring, but they're excellent. I used them in a race this past weekend.
They're amazing.
Yeah. Super lightweight. Compact.
Yeah, I think they'll be a really good thing. And my only fear with the poles is the beginning of this race with all the people. I've heard you can get totally stabbed by them. So we'll have to see.
Yeah. And those people know how to use.
Yeah, they do.
There could be some ugly incidents in the U.S. As they start to catch on.
I think I'll just keep them in my pack until I can get out of the crowds, and then pull them out for the first big climb. So.
Yeah. What are you looking forward to most about this race?
You know, honestly, I'm looking forward to the climbing. I love climbing, and that, you know, ever since I was a little kid, we used to go hike the Grand Canyon, and I would be the one first to the top because I love to climb. And I'm really looking forward to the views. I think the views should be outstanding, and having just done a little sightseeing around here, I think it should be a really amazing experience.
I mean, you live up in the mountains, but this is completely different than the Colorado Rockies.
So different. The vertical changes so much more here.
Who do you think some of the top competition is here?
Well, Tracy's here, Tracy Garneau, and she's on our team, and she should be really strong. There's also, we have a strong Brazilian runner, Fernanda, and I don't know her last name offhand. I just met her, and she did the TDS last year and did very well. Honestly, Lizzie's here, and she's always a contender. and we'll see how her race goes. She knows the course so well. I think that's definitely an advantage. The rest of us are kind of playing it by ear. So
I mean, not only the course, but there are a lot of cultural differences in terms of race culture. I mean, the aid stations. How are you going to deal? You're not going having the meat at the
No,
the
as
dry
a vegetarian who's mostly really vegan, the
and cheese,
cheese and meat are not my favorite. So I'm carrying everything with me, and I'm lucky to have a crew from the North Face helping me out. So I think they'll really be useful, and I'm used to packing it all in anyway, because that's kind of how I've always raced. And it's not great for fast races like Western, or even for Leadville for that matter, because I tend to carry more than I really need. But, you know, with crummy conditions and with unreliable aid stations, I feel like I need to, and I think that'll get me through, especially because they said it's going to rain. Thunderstorm.
Fun.
Yeah.
Exciting.
Might be better for me, actually. I tend to do better when the conditions are really horrible. Yeah.
I think there's a couple Americans and some North Face teammates of yours. I know Jez Bragg would mind a little bit of rain, remind him of home.
I know, exactly. And, you know, and Duncan Callahan has always said the same thing. He and I chat at races a lot, and he and I both tend to do better if the conditions are really kind of horrible and a lot of people suffer.
Well, hopefully you can you can match his performance from last weekend.
I feel like the pressure's on now. He did a great job.
Yeah, well, thank you very much, Helen, for taking the time to talk with us.